How are we doing, everyone? Sam here on United People's TV with live match reaction after Man United's 1-0 win over Tottenham Hotspur. The result that Jose Mourinho has been wanting his Man United team to get for some time now. We threw it away again. A season, not defining, but it could have been a season-defining loss. How we lost today would have been 9 points behind Spurs, who are in 5th. Instead of that, we're now 6 points behind City in 4th, with 3 points behind Spurs in 5th. That is exactly the 1-0 win that Mourinho has been wanting, and it was an excellent performance from front to back. I mean, Henrikh Mkhitaryan, again, the guy is a magician, and it's so sad to see that he went off with an injury on a stretcher, and I hope that it was more precautionary than anything else. But from front to back, you look at Phil Jones and Marcus Rojo somehow are turning into one hell of a centre-back partnership. So yes, they have some shaky games and some shaky moments in them, but this is the sort of Jones that we expected when we signed him from Blackburn, and he's really progressed under Jose Mourinho. And Marcus Rojo is a hell of a lot better as a centre-back than he is as a left-back. Then we look at Herrera in midfield. Eric Dyer said he was coming to Old Trafford for revenge for that elbow in the Spain-England game. Dyer sat on the bench. Herrera bossed it in midfield. Paul Pogba could have had a goal. Post, wonderful saves from Hugo Lloris. Just front to back, that was a complete, not a complete performance in that it was wow, look at it, you're going to be watching this game for years, but it was a complete performance because everybody was switched on. For that last 10 minutes, we were switched on. You saw Mourinho on the sidelines. He was nervous. He was anxious because he knew what could happen if Man United conceded another late equaliser. But we didn't concede that goal. And now, all of a sudden, it changes the momentum. Man United have got the result that we deserve. Instead of being on the end of a frustrating draw where we question our luck, where we question decisions, we question the referees, instead we can now concentrate on the performance as a whole and not look at anything else. That's exactly what we wanted to do. I want to say a couple of things as well, though. Number one, Spurs, bad losers. As soon as, in that second half, obviously Danny Rose injured, Mkhitaryan, they were flying in with bad challenges. Was it Dele Alli on Carrick, left his studs in and he raked his shin. Fuck's sake, Spurs. Just take the loss. I don't know what they were doing there. They were really losing their heads. A bit like Chelsea, I suppose, last year when they threw the title away. Second of all, no fan should ever boo a Manchester United player in Old Trafford. And when Fellaini came on, Fellaini was warming up, and when he came on, he was booed by certain United fans. The Stretford end switched up and clapped and gave him a round of applause in support of him. And that's exactly what you need to see, because no Man United fans should ever boo a player in the shirt. You know, I want Fellaini to be sold. I think the majority of us do. I'm not going to fucking boo him. That's so Arsenal. That is not United. I just don't want to see it. Let's read through a few of your comments. Some of you are leaving some here. Nithin saying Blind is the best left back we've got. I think Shaw is the best left back we've got, but Darmian was on toast today, especially when Sissoko came on. A really poor performance from him. We're lucky that he didn't get exposed because Spurs weren't clinical enough, but that was definitely our weak point in that defence. Greek Freak here saying, depending on the severity of the ankle injury, could be out as long as 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, it all depends on how severe it is, but Mkhitaryan's in his last 6-7 games, he's won man of the match 3 or 4 times, got goals, got assists, looks electric, looks like the player that we all hoped he would be at the start of the season. And something really has to be said about how Jose Mourinho has managed this situation, because he was getting lambasted, he was getting criticised for not playing him, but Mkhitaryan has never said a bad word against Mourinho. In fact, he said he's been managed correctly, and he said he wasn't ready. And now look at Mkhitaryan, he's flying, or he was flying until fucking Danny Rose has injured him. And I hope it's not serious, because he had just got that momentum. He was full steam ahead of a busy fixture period in this December with Crystal Palace on Wednesday and then West Brom away. But I've got to say that Mourinho's handled it correctly. It would have been better to have Mkhitaryan at the start of the season, but as we saw against City, he wasn't ready, wasn't fit at that point. So I think it's unfair to criticise him for that. Few points here. Phil Jones is getting pointed out as well. Phil Jones, for me, looks like a step up on Chris Smalling last season. Chris Smalling was our best player, our best defender last year under Louis van Gaal, and arguably one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League. But it was in a style of football which gave space and time to our defenders. And Phil Jones, on the other hand, is playing under Mourinho, which is a little bit more intense, I suppose. And it's not as geared towards a defensive mindset until the last 10-15 minutes of games in some occasions. But Phil Jones is looking mustard, and I hope that he continues to this. He looks like his injuries are hopefully behind him, because it's been years and years of injuries, and that's the reason that Phil Jones has never been able to fulfil his potential. But he's looking great. So well done, Phil. Armin saying, as long as we have Bailly and Jones, Darmian out, we're good on defence. You know, we've chopped and changed at defence a lot this season. I felt a lot better in those last 10 minutes of the game when I saw Henrikh Bailly coming on, because I knew that he would take no nonsense. And it goes to show the first contribution that he did was flying into a header, literally his full body, won it. And I don't know, I think maybe our centre-back partnership going forward, it might be Jones and Bailly. I always thought it was going to be Smalling and Bailly, but Jones is really showing something that I'm not sure, I didn't think we'd ever see at United because of those injuries. But he's looking cracking. Someone saying if we kept Di Maria, we would be amazing. No, thank you. Di Maria, as Jason is pointing out there, is shit and a coward, and he's getting booed by PSG fans for a poor attitude at the moment. Di Maria, if he was still here, Mkhitaryan wouldn't be here. I know who I prefer. Someone saying Tottenham had 60% possession. Man United parked the bus against Spurs. Yes, parked the bus so much that we probably had more shots on target. We hit the post. Lloris made 2 or 3 worldy saves, and we scored a wonderful goal. If that's parking the bus, I will happily let Jose park the bus every single day of the week. In fact, I'll go and help him park it. Man United didn't park the bus. That was a confident performance at home. The 1-0 win that Mourinho has wanted, and hopefully that should be the point now where the momentum switches for Man United. Absolutely needs to switch. And going in, we've got Crystal Palace on Wednesday, West Brom coming up. Nothing but 6 points there. If we can get those 6 points and City keep wobbling, because their defence is looking awful, maybe we can catch another 1-3 points off them as well. Things aren't completely changed at Man United right now, but that is a sort of victory that will hopefully switch the momentum that Man United desperately needed after a long run of frustrating draws. Thank you all for your comments. Like the video if you fancy it. Drop a like on United People's TV. Make sure you subscribe. And we'll see you soon. Obviously, there are going to be more match reaction from outside Old Trafford with Ira, Dylan and the lads. So, take it easy.